ท้ายของรายการ The Vision ท่านผู้ชมครับเช่นเดิมครับเรามีคลิปดีๆจากทั่วโลกซึ่งน่าสนใจอย่างมากวันนี้จะพาท่านผู้ชมไปพบกับรถไฟขบวนรถไฟที่ยาวที่สุดแล้วก็สวยงามที่สุดระหว่างทางเขาเรียกSiberia Dream of a Lifetime ก็คือรถไฟที่จากมอสโกไปยังปักกิ่งผ่านไซบีเรียผ่านสิ่งแหล่งท่องเที่ยวที่สวยงามเหลือเกินระหว่างสองฝากทางท่านผู้ชมครับสวยอย่างไรดีอย่างไรสนุกอย่างไรเชิญไปชมพร้อมๆกันเลยครับ
Along with their meal, passengers are treated to a breathtaking view of Russia's longest river, the Volga. Our route takes us through Tatarstan, one of more than 20 republics that make up the Russian Federation. The mosques along the way are testament to the strong Islamic influence in this region. We've reached our first destination, Kazan, the capital of Tatarstan. Travelers have plenty of time to explore the city. Kazan's Kremlin is an architectural gem and has been named a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The newly constructed mosque is a special source of pride for the people of Tatarstan. There's an ever-growing distance between towns, and the countryside is increasingly unspoilt. At 1,777 kilometers, our train crosses the Urals, which is the geographic border that separates Europe and Asia. It's a cause for celebration. The train arrives in Yekaterinburg. Russian folk musicians greet the disembarking travelers. And guests are encouraged to take part in the traditional dances, a special way of bridging cultures. There's no need for translators here. Yekaterinburg is renowned as a place of learning and as an industrial centre, but it's perhaps best known for an especially dark chapter in Soviet. Shortly before lunch, the onboard kitchen is a hub of activity. The freshest ingredients and a wide variety of gourmet meals make this trip a culinary treat. Of course, Russian specialities make up a large part of the menu. Some 30 onboard personnel operate the train's dining cars, catering to the guests' every wish. The Zarengold Railway offers the consummate in service and dining pleasure. No other Trans-Siberian line comes close. It's an inviting atmosphere that lends itself to conversation and good times. For many, it's the beginning of meaningful friendships. Push on through the endless forests of the taiga in central Siberia. The heart beats in time with the clickety-clack of the train tracks as the stress and hectic of everyday life slowly fades away. The Zarengold's guests spend a night in a hotel on the banks of the mighty Angara River. On the next day there will be... The Zarengold is waiting on the banks of the lake. And today the onboard staff are paying special attention to the windows. That's because one of the most beautiful stretches is about to begin, the ride along the magnificent Lake Baikal. The passengers return to their train after a night in Irkutsk and the boat ride. This stretch of railway has been off-limits to normal train services for years, but the Zarengold Express has special permission to pass through this captivating region. Tunnels, bridges and viaducts make this leg of the journey the non plus ultra for train aficionados. Passengers even have the opportunity to spend time up front in the locomotive. It's an unforgettable experience for the Zarengold's guests, experiencing Lake Baikal in a unique way. Our next stop, the village of Polovinaya. It's one of the most beautiful spots on Lake Baikal, a fairy tale countryside. Here the guests take part in a traditional Russian picnic with musical accompaniment. Traditional singers entertain the Tsarangol guests, setting the mood for a true Mongolian experience. This unusual singing technique is one of many cultural traditions honoured and kept alive here. Their national identity is important to the people who live here. This is the second largest landlocked country on earth, yet only 3 million people call it home. This Nadam festival is a ritual competition, pitting the very best riders against one another. Passengers on the Trans-Siberian Railway have front row seats for this fascinating sporting spectacular. Mongols mount their first ponies almost as soon as they can walk. The traditional Nadam consists of several disciplines, including wrestling. The journey continues. The Mongolian steppes slowly transform, becoming ever drier and barren. A desert. The Tsarangol travels through the famed Gobi Desert with its dunes and hardy vegetation. Our train stops at the Tsagan station, in the midst of the desert. Time for a hike. A family has stopped here with its herd of camels. These are Bactrian camels with 2 humps, easily distinguishable from the one-humped dromedary. After a 2-hour stop, the train is rolling again. A spectacular sunset. The Great Wall of China, erected by Chinese emperors as protection against the nomadic hordes. Now it is by far China's biggest tourist attraction. It is simply a must for every visitor to China. Multifaceted journeys they will ever experience.
เป็นไงครับท่านผู้ชมครับสนุกไหมครับกับรถไฟที่ยาวที่สุดแล้วก็น่าตื่นเต้นที่สุดระหว่างทางสองภาคทางระหว่างมอสโกไปปักกิ่งเนี่ยเป็นสิ่งที่มหัศจรรย์ระหว่างทางผมคิดว่าท่านผู้ชมคงจะสนุกมากๆแต่น่าเสียดายวันนี้เวลาหมดแล้วครับท่านผู้ชมครับบริษัทยูนิเต็ดฟู้ดจำกัดมหาชนเราต้องขอบคุณผู้สนับสนุนรายการบริษัทเอเจพลาสจำกัดมหาชนบริษัทท็อป 10 เอเวอร์เรนต์จำกัดและท่านผู้ชมวันนี้เช่นเคยเราจะปิดท้ายท่านด้วยมายากลเขาทำได้อย่างไรวันนี้ผมและทีมงานลาท่านผู้ชมไปก่อนสวัสดีครับ
I'm just kidding.